Hello, classmates of Sociology 110. My name is Joshua Haupt-Jimenez, and today I will be discussing what sociologists and social science researchers think on LGBTQ marriage and dating. On June 12th, 2016, a popular gay dance club called Pulse in Orlando was the site of a mass shooting killing 49 people and injuring 50. This assailant conducted this attack during the LGBTQ Pride weekend for towns and cities in and outside of the United States. This was considered the worst mass shooting in United States history. And still today, the LGBTQ community and individuals still remain targets for hate violence and backlash throughout the entire world. LGBTQ is defined as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer, or questioned community. The questioned concept applies to individuals who are uncertain about their sexual orientation or gender, as well as their sexual and gender identity. Bonnie J. Morris, Ph.D., professor in sociology at George Washington University, says that most historians agree that there is evidence of homosexual activity and same-sex love regardless if they were accepted or persecuted in their past culture. We also know that homosexuality was exemplified in ancient Israel. Even though it is prohibited in the Bible, homosexuality was extremely common in both men and women in ancient Greece. Since then, social movements were conducted as responses to hundreds of years of persecution by the church, state, and medical authorities. These social movements were organized through the acceptance and rights of individuals who today identify themselves as LGBT and queer. These LGBTQ movements were primarily focusing on the homosexual deviance that was banned through traditional customs and laws within the religion. Those paths of persecution have diminished the concept of homophobia for centuries, but have opened multiple populations to the acceptance of differences in gender identity. According to Ph.D. Verda Taylor, professor of sociology at UC Santa Barbara, marriage has not always been a goal of LGBTQ movement. It was first put in the movement agenda in 1987 at the Third National March on Washington for Lesbian and Gay Rights. That march made a big impact to the movement in achieving domestic partnership laws and policies which would provide some recognition to same-sex couples from their employers, the local government, and the state government. After Prop 8 was passed, which was the allowing for gay marriage to be legalized, the movement nationally began to direct its focus and resources to the idea for marriage equality. However, multiple individuals seem to believe that marriage equality within same-sex marriage would encourage couples to pursue conventional marriage. This is when the male is considered the dominant partner within the relationship. However, Ph.D. Verda Taylor does not believe this. She claims, and I quote, that while same-sex marriage may encourage relationships to replicate conventional marriage, they differ in important ways from traditional male-dominated marital arrangements that have been repugnant to gay liberations. According to Adam Isaiah Green, Ph.D. professor of sociology at the University of Toronto, he reports that same-sex marriage tends to be more egalitarian, more equal when it comes to decision making. Decisions like household labor, control of finances, and sexual loyalty. Ph.D. Darcy Sterling has a very interesting article on her 5 rules for LGBTQ dating. Her first rule is to be equally out or equally closed. She claims dating someone who is in a different phase and coming out will turn into a power struggle between the partners. The second rule is to spend nights apart. Within any relationship in general, time alone is one of the most needed requirements for keeping a relationship healthy. This should be established early on with LGBTQ relationships because it is seen offensive to hang out with other people of the same sex. The third rule is for both partners to offer to pay when going out. Each partner is of the same sex and the same hierarchy. Until the couple has established rules about it, each of them should be willing to pay. The fourth rule is to not talk about your ex. In general, no one wants to hear your past stories about who you have been with. Heterosexual people do this very well, myself included. Don't talk about how they were sexually or how bad or good the relationship ended. The fifth and final rule is for women to resist the urge to merge, meaning do not jump the gun in your relationship. Go to a place where your part where, don't go to a place where your partner is because it's financially better. And for men, label your relationship if you want to keep it open or if you want to keep it closed. I hope you guys really enjoyed my Pecha Kucha presentation. Thank you for giving me your time. I'm looking forward to looking at your guys's as well, and it was a fun assignment. Thank you very much.